Welcome to ToV Live. It is, well, not only is it Valhalla time, but it's also time to paint a little bit. Yes, Warpig, I did see that. Well, we do have some new minis to kind of prime, and this scavarth to start painting in a little bit of details tonight. So how about we get to it? I'm looking for the right button. There it is. Okay. All right. Hello. Welcome to the ToV live stream. I am Ryan, aka Tales of Valhalla, here before you tonight. And we have, yes, it's hobby time. Yes, Warpig. Yeah, I saw that that spam bot comment on Twitch there, and I took care of it. So no worries. But yes, here we are. Before us is we have minis and stuff that are begging to be primed a little bit, so we'll do a little bit of that tonight and chat a little bit. And yeah, you can tell that was a bot. Hi, had a nice moment here. Can you add me on your Discord to be your fan base so I can tune in anytime you're live? Had a nice moment here. That just seems very, and I'll be expecting that. A normal person doesn't say that. You can tell that was a bot. So yeah, tune in anytime if you're live. Yeah, it was certainly a bot, because if anybody wanted to go to my Discord, they'd be like, "Hey, do you have a Discord?" And I'd be like, "Yeah, sure." I'd just go to YouTube, and there'll be links to the Discord, and you go there. Not that. I don't link up with anybody on Discord in that way. So yeah, that was fairly obvious. Anyway, we're gonna paint for maybe like an hour, maybe less, and then I have to switch over and just work on season 3 a little bit. We are going to be kind of re-releasing season 2 next Wednesday. When I mean re-releasing, I re-edited it to combine all 10 episodes into just one long movie film. And season 2 has been done for a while. I just haven't had any time to release it since I finished it just before Renegade Con, and I've had to do streams for Renegade Con ever since then. So finally have an opportunity to do a premiere of season 2 re-edit next Wednesday, and so we'll do that. It'll be fun. We'll try to bring in some panel members, people who've worked with me in the past on that, and just we'll have a fun time chatting next Wednesday. And then hopefully I'll get season 3 done by the end of the year, and near the end of the year we will do the same thing and have some fun. Hey, Dan Antonio, there in the chat, second in the chat. Warpig was first. Says, hey Tails, driving back from a gig and glad to hang. Oh, excellent. You're doing some of the music stuff still, which is good. And Dan, I think I believe I'm linked with you on Discord. I don't remember if I am or not, but I know like sometime like in the next year or two, next year or two, there might be like behind the scenes production stuff that I might want you in, just because Music Man, you might want to know the feel of things if you're looking to volunteer some time to put in some music for Tales of Valhalla, or maybe even the short in-between season that I plan to do next year as well. So we'll see. But let's see here. Warpig says, played against the triplets over the weekend. Oh, you're talking about the dragons? Like these guys? I want to call them. Oh no, the triplets. You mean the come on. Jandar's Kiri. What are they called? Oh, me and my brain. Sentinels of Jandar, I believe you're talking about. Yeah, Sentinels of Jandar. Okay, you know those. They're not played often, but they're not a terrible like common squad to have. Really, if you have long, you have a bunch. I use them. They're not, you know, they're not like S tier, A tier, or as good as the others. So they're usually not used. I had their voice stuck in my head all game. We might go through once I remind me again. So hard to kill. Yeah, that's the thing is that they don't. I don't think they hit hard, but they are very hard to kill. They have pretty good defensive tactics. But anyway, all right. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start. I have a little bit of primer left in this thing, and just start painting with primer, and then we will discuss other things like getting done with season 3, which should take just another live stream or two. Like I'll probably live stream this way on Sunday too, to where I just paint a little bit, then edit a little bit, and hopefully by next Sunday, if not tonight, I'll have season 3 practically ready just to render fully. Which season 3 is going to be a lot longer than season 2 for sure. Okay, and Warpig, I'm not doing like see, I have like my I have what are these guys called? Come on, why am I losing my brain? Of course, there's so many. Anyway, these furry woodland creatures, Tanuki tricksters. There you go. Are nearly primed, but I'm not going to paint with them until I get, and including like this particular dragon, I'm not going to paint them until I get a wet palette. And one, hopefully I should have one by this Sunday. So we'll see, but not tonight. So anyway, I am going to start by priming a little bit of these crabs here. I'm going to start priming these crabs. And these crabs actually, and the reason why they're on my table along with the Tanukis, what one am I looking at? What one am I looking at? Crabs. My son wanted the crabs, so I'm like, well, if you want them, oh, wet palette. I just got one that's less than $10 on Amazon, basically. So yeah, that's what I'm looking at. I don't remember the brand name or whatever. I'll try it and see how it goes. Sometimes I feel like it's good to try something on the cheap so you can get used to it, and then later on get a better quality one, so that you know what you're doing with a good one, instead of not knowing what you're doing with you know an expensive one. So yeah, it's I feel the same way like with video cameras. Like all of Tales of Valhalla has been animated on a Canon T3i, and I still animate with it, but at the time that was a really cheap camera, still is a cheap camera, and I figured that I'll just wear out a cheaper camera instead of possibly just not doing good on an expensive one. Anyway, okay, so these crabs, my son of course asked, I've told the story before, but my son asked, Daddy, I want these crabs. I'm like, well, if you want them, you have to paint them. And I was talking to him earlier today about it, and I said, well, if you want to paint them, you got to prime them too. And he just asked for me to do the initial priming, and then he'll do the touch-ups of the priming. I'm like, okay, that's fine. That's fine. So I'm just doing that a little bit for these crabs tonight for him. And of course, I'm keeping the Tanuki tricksters. Okay, Master Sim most likely. If it is, don't use the paper that comes with it. Use baking paper instead, not wax. Okay. Well, one thing, because my wife makes a sourdough all the times, I know the type of paper you're talking about. So I have that readily able to go. Making mistakes is what I do, because the only way to learn through things is to make mistakes and learn from them and then get better. All right. Okay, I'll just do that much. And I think I hear thumping from the other bedroom, so my son is probably listening to me right now instead of sleeping and saying, Daddy, who you talk to? Sometimes he says, who you talk to on the computer? last night. And I'm like, huh? I'm just talking to, you know, whoever's on the stream with me. And I'm like, but you should be sleeping. I don't know, maybe what I'll do next Wednesday for season 2 is maybe have him sit with me during the stream. Although I know we get into kind of adultish talk, but he loves watching the series, especially like his favorite episode. My favorite episode comes out of season 2, which is the one with the spiders. That and the introduction, like the very first season 1 battle scenes and stuff. He loves watching those. Okay. So we'll see. We'll see. But I also know on Thursday, like usually Wednesday nights, we want them to kind of go to bed early because Thursdays usually are days that we take them to like a special class, art class. So we have to get up early and head out early, and so he does need his rest. So I don't know. We'll see. All I know is for like season 3, we'll probably stream on a Sunday to do season 3, because I know season 3 is at least going to be like 2.5 hours, I think. We'll look at the full length. We'll probably get the knowledge of the full length this tonight or this Sunday. I'm going to keep an eye on the time too. But yeah, I'm just trying to get these bases ready for him, and then he can just get the top parts. Yes, and Warpig, I know you give me like a lot of advice on some of these painting things, and I really do appreciate it. Forgive me though if I forget a lot of what you recommend. There's so much I gotta keep in, and it just sometimes it goes in one ear and out the other. So please forgive me. It's not on purpose. It's not on purpose. And I do appreciate it. I mean, said I'm a lot of these things I tend to be novice, so it's always good that I have people instructing me, because you don't know what you don't know. Otherwise you'd have it. And to know a thing and not to do it is not to know. Rattlecam priming? Nope. I don't. Nope. I don't have any of that. Of course, it's hard. It's just hard for me to do any type of spray paint type thing. So it's just brush on priming, which is fine. I am okay with that. My mother was a hamster. My father was a worm. But I am okay with that now. Or is it my mother was a caterpillar, my father was a worm, but I'm okay with that now. Okay, I'm sorry. I'm gonna bring these guys here. Let me try and shift this camera over here closer to me. You can see the seat of my pants and also what I'm painting. Partial to airbrush priming for sure. Yeah. Probably don't plan to get an airbrush anytime soon. Because I really do like just the brush on part of it. I think for me, and when I started painting, and this was painting just some of my 3D printed terrain for ToV, I realized how calm, like how just peacefully calm and focused in your mind you get. So I'm just like, oh, I like this feeling. I don't feel that bored. And that's how all that started. Probably undervalued, probably rightly so, Scions. I still like them. Will I use them competitively? I don't know. It'd be fun just to try, but I'd probably get slaughtered. Considering what everybody thought. But, you know, and I was thinking something like, I was watching Sir Heroscape's video on Halucia, and I used Halucia in my army at the Gen Con, you know, championship. And the one thing, and I understand this is my error, I did not utilize too much Halucia's ability to give opponents one less. I think it was like, it's like a one less attack or one less defense when he's attacking, when they're like against a brush or a tree. And there was plenty of brush or trees there at Gen Con, and I think if there was any time that I had Halucia and was attacking, either I didn't utilize it, or I didn't remember to, or there was just not many opportunity. People might have just kept their nurtures at bay, but I didn't remember to look. So there was probably opportunities for Halucia to be utilized in that way, and I missed it. And I'm just like, you know what? That probably cost me a game or two because I wasn't paying attention to that. You find like sometimes competitively you forget a lot of things, and that's one thing I certainly did forget, and I admit I forgot. So yeah, I like the Queen Mal Halucia with two familiars type build. Just Halucia and two familiars being a cleanup crew. I'll probably use that like sometime in the future. Okay, there you go, little dragon. There you go. You get that airbrush too, but the compress will keep the kiddo. Yeah, the yeah, exactly. Well, again, I hear movement from outside the bedroom, so I guarantee you he's up right now. Actually, if you want to give me, if you're not on Scav tonight, I'll work on mine too. Yeah, I plan to. I'm going to just for a minute, because I do want to put like in some areas where I know I'm going to use like the blue silene stuff. I'm going to put some like just a little bit of white on it to make this blue silene just a little bit brighter. So I just put some blue above it and make it brighter, because I know with like this black paint it's not going to be as bright. So that's one thing I'm trying to utilize for that now. If you all just give me one moment though, I'm going to tell my son to go to bed, because I do hear him moving. Hold on. And where's the host? He's gone. He's gone. So yeah, Scavrith, I'll jump on. Like I said, I'm just priming just a little bit of these guys, not all of them. Otherwise, I might be here all night. Usually, I don't prime on a stream, and the rest of these I'll probably prime not on a stream. But I just wanted to do a little bit of something tonight for content purposes. Just to be like, okay, this is how it starts for me. Like I said, like for the Tanuki Tricksters, I had already primed a little bit last night, and as well as I put a little bit more primer on Scavrith too. Let's see what time is 9:05. Yeah, I'll give myself about another 25-30 minutes to paint, and then I'll move some windows and go to season 3 and see what we can do on that. if I finish season 3 tonight, then I probably won't even do it this Sunday. I'll probably just paint on Sunday then. Either that, or maybe I'll work on the Kimoshi short, because I'm trying to finish that by the end of the year as well. And there might be some other shorts that I'm going to be showing sometime as well in the next month or two that I've been animating. Just like I've not been idle, that's for sure. Okay, well, yeah. What I'm gonna do, okay, I'm gonna put, because some of these here, these Tanuki Tricksters still have a little bit of additional covering, so I'm going to, with this excess, I'm just going to do my best to cover up what I can here. And then I'll move on to Scavarith, because Scavarith, I'll use a wet palette when I get the wet palette, but I'm not too worried about not using the wet palette, because I did the other Isonex without a wet palette, so I'll probably do the same type of concept of having them be just as rusty as the other ones. Oh, and I did, one thing I'll say for an animation, the rusty Hellforge, I did animate it this past month. I did animate it, so there's going to be a little short sometime with Hellforge. Just something very, very quick, not anything too complicated, but it should be fun for the little bit of time that it's showing up. So okay, there. Okay, now Scavarith. All right. So now moving on, are we 30 minutes into the stream, and now doing the scale. Now, like I said, I'm just going to put, I'm going to put a little bit of white on some of these dots, and I have, just for reference, I have the kind of like the painting guide that Renegade provides. And I don't think I need too much white paint. I'm going to use like a very, very small brush. Tiny. Very, very tiny brush for this. And figure out, okay, what areas, let's see. So hard to tell with this. I believe, okay. So it is 7471C, right? Right. Yeah, there's actually a lot of places with it. Okay. Just like any other Isoneck. Just like any Isoneck I can see. Okay. There's my Scavarith. There's my Scavarith. And I'm going to just get the obvious parts here. It's probably too much. Now, the good news is that no matter what mistakes I make for this, I'll just put rust. I'll put a coat of rust over everything and just say it's rusty. which will totally mask over my incompetence as a painter. But yeah, I'm just putting some white in the areas where the silane is gonna, like the silane fuel is gonna be exposed and shining, and this white will just make things a bit brighter. I had it on the big handle. Okay, yeah, this holds it pretty good. The base isn't that bent using this. I mean, and I normally don't use this handle. I usually use this guy, but for the bigger miniatures, it tends to fall out of the sticky tack. So this, either I hold it or I just put it in. So let's see, there's lots of little areas that need this. Okay. Too much. I don't want the paint to like pool up. Like the old Citadel handle best. I find it one too small, but daughter loves it. Yeah, it's all right. It's all right. Like I said, it's slightly tough me doing this because. Okay, so that's metal, but those aren't. And just trying to see. Okay, that doesn't look like it. That looks like in the front ends. Yeah. I think. Yeah, I think these need it. And of course, these need it as well. And okay, I think this brush here. I'm gonna try an even smaller brush here. Tinier. There. That's better. And I have no idea how long it's going to take me to paint all this. But I guess the best thing you can do is start. And I don't think I'm going to put like all the weight on it tonight either, because I'm only giving myself a certain amount of time, although I still have, I'm good for time still. Oh yeah, and I'm really smearing that white everywhere. It's okay. Okay, so yeah, there, and kind of there. There's a little one there, and already got those. Okay, I just need to do this one on top. And then, oh, okay, you got your 4 dotted I's here. Silent treatment as well. Let me see. Second. I know right now it's just me not talking here. I'm gonna like raise the music up in the background just a little bit. I'll lower it once I get to editing. Okay. Let's see, is there any other spot? Probably a zillion of them. See, is there anything along here? Okay, I think this whole backside is just metal. Well, with the exception of, oh no, that's even just, okay. And besides these two, I don't think I need it anywhere else in the back, which helps, as long as it's in the front. Every leg has 3 of them. Okay. Que paso? Que paso? Yeah, sometimes it's better just to go to the box. Let me see. Oh dear, you're absolutely right. Okay, well. Yeah, some of them. Yeah. Okay. We will do what we can do here. Yeah, what the heck? We'll do it in every joint. Why not just make my life more complicated? No problem at all. But I do know, like, come like November and December, besides like some animation stuff, we're only gonna have, I'm painting mine to look like the fluid film. Okay. No, for like November and December, I'm only planning to do one more ToV podcast for the year. That will be not this weekend, but more than likely next weekend. And so that's not saying we're not doing anything, like say come December. In December, we will have kind of like a TV podcast, but not really. It's not going to be up as a TV podcast because it's meme review. And basically we look at all the memes that people have released. You have released some yourself, Warpig throughout the year. Right now, currently I have like 100 plus memes. And well, come on, just have like a end of the year party basically, looking at memes. That's just become a tradition. So that will be fun. Okay, I know I'm missing some. It's like, okay, now I gotta go to the back here. Let's see, what's my time? TV podcast, it'll just be a stream. Podcast, like I have meme review, I've done meme review and put it as a TV podcast, but I'm just like, it's not really, I don't do that anymore because it's not much of a podcast when you're talking about memes that you can't see via audio form. So it's just a ToV live type thing. And that's okay. I have like this ToV podcast episode coming up for November, and then I have 2 other ToV podcast special episodes of us reviewing Wave 6, or the 3 waves. I just got to get them uploaded sometime. So plenty of content for people for the end of the year. You know how many like I have people following the ToV podcast on Spotify? I have about 60, which isn't bad. It's not a bad start with that, considering we've been doing this for how many years. Okay, but yes, if I want to, like, this is my own personal Scavareth. Probably not an Scavareth I would animate with for like real ToV stuff, or like any of the seasons. If I were gonna use like a Scavareth Ice Neck stuff, I would want to get them really well done painted. Probably by someone else. Oh my goodness, there's so many joints. There's so many joints. I mean, I'm looking like there's actually places that could have been primed better. Oh well. It's official. I got made a playtester for stuff not out yet. So if I get quit when you and others spoil it, it's that's why I follow you on Spotify. Okay. Yeah. If I knew things, I wouldn't spoil them, because as of right now, since I knew what was going to happen with Thorman, but besides that, I really don't know much anything else anymore. Yeah, you do. So just keep it to yourself. That's fine. Respect the NDA. And hope you're having fun with that. Hope you're having fun with it. Sounds like a ball. Although, don't say anything, but when I was talking about, you know, for like the score dier that now are aligned with Einar, which is a different type of score dier than the one that Revna has. It's like, how would we be able to get like a Einar score dier queen sometime down the line? That would be really cool. And Daniel Chance was hinting something at that, but you know, not confirming. But that's okay. I'll just look forward to it. Okay, I think I got near everything I need to get. My goodness, there's so many dots. There's so many dots. So many dots. Oh yeah. Wait, okay, wait. Check. Can you see the back of this thing? No. It's okay. So I'm just looking. Well, this one technically doesn't have those dotted. That's okay. It's so hard. And the paint guide isn't like 100% like accurate either. Okay. Hey, I didn't realize this, but Scabbard's got abs. There's some abs left over on the feller. Okay, there is a couple here. Like that. Just two, right? Yeah. Well, help out the bro-in-law then. That is fine. New problem. Okay, I think here I'm just gonna dot. Probably don't have to do it. I'm gonna do it because everything would probably go over with rust anyway. Okay, that's it for now. Now, since I have some white left over, I will add something else to a C3V mini before we switch over. Okay. We'll do more Scabrith come Sunday, I'm sure. But here, I think there is one of these that can use a little bit of white paint. I just need to find the right card to see what I'm looking for here. Okay. For a C3V Executioner. Executioner and maybe a little Death Commander too. But definitely Executioner 616, which is this feller. Needs some white in certain areas, so I'm happy to oblige for that. I'll get the small one again. He's jacked. You mean your brother-in-law is jacked? Like works at the gym type jack? Is that what you're talking about? Yes, if that's the case, then I guess it's important to be nice to the brother-in-law then. Oh, Scabrith is jacked. Okay, I gotcha. Yeah, Scabrith is pretty jacked. At least the ab parts. The abdominals. Abdomen. At one point in Scabrith's life, he probably was talking like the Sentinels of Jandar. You know, the more I think about Noxtorma and like their eventual fate, it just makes me feel very, very sad, you know? It's like they were their own worst enemy. More and more I think about it, you know, it's just like trying to take back a decision made, you know, which you instantly regret after seeing the consequences of it, but you know you can't. It is what it is, and nothing can change from that. It's just heartbreaking. Oops. Okay, didn't mean to go that far. That's all right. And again, with my painting skills, there's still a lot to be desired here. Okay, and then there is how does that work? Okay, so that and that. Just making sure I got this right. Okay. Brennan, how you doing tonight? How it goes in ToV world? I'll be on and off the chat for a bit, and I'll be on 100% hope is all well in y'all's world. It goes good. Yeah, we are. Okay, I'm just painting. Just painting, and then once I'm done with all this white paint, I'm going to switch over to my editing day and do some more of the re-edit of season 3, then call it a night, because we've had some lengthy streams this past month, and I am ready to not stream as long. Need to rest a little bit. Yeah, so what can I say? Well, yesterday was me and my wife's 16-year wedding anniversary. Pretty quiet anniversary time. So overall, nothing, didn't do anything too extravagant. Although I will have to make up for that in the future, for certain. Okay, I'm just going to do this all white here. Don't know if that's what we do with it, but I'm going to do that. Let's see here, Brendan says, Sup, War Pig, I'm wrapping up all my minis as well. I believe I have 3 minutes left to do. Just finished Lovey Attack. But so far, she's my favorite card from AOA and Wellspring set. Okay. She's a good offensive mini, especially paired with Raylan and like minions or Death Knights, if you can find some Death Knights. Ton of offensive capability, but I think you already were talking about this, Brennan. You posted about it earlier, and I think you did fairly well in the tournament you were at with them. I love the fact that I got Lovey Attack to squash a spider in the short that I did earlier this year. And personally, actually, I wanted to have her squash like a Scoredire, either like a Festering Honor Guard or, you know, one of the soldier ones. but at the time I was animating, those weren't out yet. And when I was communicating with Lee, I said, is it possible to get, one of these? Do you have any of these that are just, painted up for like display purposes? And then it just turned out it just wasn't going to be possible for me to get one. So I'm like, okay, well, then I will use a spider as a nod back to classic Heroscape. Okay. Oops. Okay. So yeah, we're nearly wrapped with this. So I got to Brennan says, I like brush priming. Gives me an overview of all the cracks and crevices on the unit about the paint. Helps understand the layers. Yeah, that's kind of where I'm at. Plus, brushes are all I have, so I'm cheap. Okay. And I can hear my son singing, not sleeping yet. What to do when you're telling a 7-year-old to do something and he refuses to listen in his own world. To each their own, I guess. Some people like doing things one way, some people like doing things another way. I know with the airbrush, I mean, it definitely would save you time, I'm sure. But yeah, I don't mind taking my time. I'm not going to use all this white yet. Okay. Let me see if anything else needs that or not. I know I need to switch over to the editing bay soon. I brush prime and 90% paint pen. The bulk fine brush details. I'm no pro, but I feel I do well with what I got. Yeah. It breaks about even once and you add up cleaning and setup time. Very blessed with the place I can have to set it up all the time. Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, because right now I'm in the middle of what should be the living room area and was the living room area. I turned it into a studio because I got nothing else. Got no other space at the moment. So okay, I know I'm not using up all the white paint, but you know what? I have a ton of white paint, as you can see right here, so not going to kill me to not use all of it. All right, I'm going to let that dry. I'm going to soak that. And now we are going to do this transfer of switching gears to the editing bay. So y'all just give me a moment. Alright, and I'm going to raise the music up a little bit and do some adjusting here. And we'll get into what I do well is the editing mode. Alright. Give me a moment. I'm going to put up the sidebar and switch off this camera. And as you can see here, I had the Heroscape Master Paint Guide there just as reference, although this is pretty pixelated. This Scavrith example is a lot, so. Okay. And let me take a drink and see, there's my editing bay. And now almost an hour into the stream, which is kind of how I wanted to plan it. We will get started with this. All right, let's see where we're at here. Okay, so we still got to put episode 7 together here. And okay, I'm going to turn this music down. And here, I'm just pressing some buttons here. Just give me one moment. Just want to check a couple of things. Oh, okay. Whoa, okay. Here, I'll bring that down a little bit. I do not need to be that loud. Okay. And Brendan says, I use acrylic dual paint. One's fine, the other's round, so it's versatile. The fine point doesn't last long, especially with kids. Yeah. Yeah, like that. I have my son paint those crabs if he wants them, so. And for him, just be red, and then whatever he wants to do with the weapons they're holding. All right, and now what I gotta do is bunch this in just a little bit. Expand it out, expand it in, and then what else do I need to do? Okay, yeah, so turning down this music, and I'm going to, so y'all can hear what I'm doing with this. Just turn this up a little bit so we can get a feel of the actual episode. Now, okay. I know Warpig was talking about something. Oh yeah, the the Sentinels of Jandar that we have being Hans and Franz, and you know, being macho Akiri at the beginning of season 2. Now those three were were voiced by Joey Ranieri, who of course voices Lieutenant Dan, and a couple other small characters. Sean Gallagher, who voices Sergeant Drake, and then another guy named Jerry, who voices the Fire Elemental. Okay, we got that transition in good. This was such a fun episode here.
I know you. We fought before. Time to end it. Drake, Johnny?
We are kind of busy right now.
Yeah. No, we'll probably do all this later, but
We can't take your phone call right now.
he said that was my friend Sean, who voices Sergeant Drake Alexander, just having fun with his line, saying, "I'm sorry, we can't take your phone call right now." That's one ad lib that I just threw in because I thought, you know, that was kind of funny. nice little transition there of this creature being thwacked by Drake Alexander, and he just flies into the frame, and sudden cut transition, but it works. Raylan's aura.
Have fun getting past Raylan's shield. Give grenades. That's the guy who kidnapped the guy.
Again, that was one line. Like I had Joey Ranieri for Tantan voice the line that's the guy who kidnapped Toothpick, and he said it clear. He said a couple of takes clearly, but I like the one where he messes up, and so that's the one I ended up using for the final cut. It just makes him feel a little bit more human, you know. Or not human, just, you know, more natural. It just feels like, you know, he's messing up in the heat of battle, talking.
I'm getting my gimp on.
So nice, especially when we get to like when they start fighting each other, and then this moment. Where is it? Here we are. I like this moment where we see Drake Alexander get into kind of like a different type of battle mode, and that just works so well. That just works so well. Loved it. And I like how, again, this is ad-libbing from Sir Sean Gallagher. Just ad-libbing fighting, you know, making fighting sounds and then just insults. I don't know where you get it with these ad-libs, but yeah. Definitely gives a lot more personality to everything.
So since we got this.
Okay, anyway, let's go to the end here, because we don't have a lot of time. Okay. Let's think our way through this.
Let me think.
Okay, I'm pretty sure I know how that's going to work for this, but let's chop this up a little bit. First, let's put a compressor down, kind of control the sound. Do that. It's too bad none of these like introductions where I distort the logo will make it to like these re-edit cuts, unfortunately. Oh well. Okay. So we got this frame. We can cut this out. And now we got to figure out a way to now we can mix both together, I think. But what I'm gonna have to do is just find a good place to cut, like right there, and keep it. Let's see how much I gotta move together. Let's see. See if it will just, I'm hoping it'll just fit like a glove. Let's see. There. Let's see what we got first here. Okay. So we don't need this first part, I don't think. We can just let that smooth itself in, I think. So we'll have this, we'll start with this, and we will start the level here, and then have it fade in, and hopefully it'll blend in. I think so. I think we got our transition, guys. Oh, but he's got to have it as well, so let's see. All right. Okay. That's a little tough then. All right, hold on. Let's pull this out a little bit. Let's try this. Okay, so with Nigok Saw then, what we're gonna have to do is do a little cutting here. The transition is not horrible, but we're just going to tweak it a little bit. There. See how that works. I think that works. That should do it.
Is everyone okay? That didn't hit anyone, right?
I don't feel different.
I am okay.
That is yours truly. All right, let's go to the end of this. So this is 7. Now let's get 8, which is 16 minutes. Episode 9 is 9 minutes, and episode 10 is 30 minutes. Fun times. All right, so let's get 8 down here. Okay, so this is gonna be like, okay, so we're already an hour here. This is like the last 3 episodes are at least an hour, so we're looking at a 2-hour stint for season 3, which is terrible. I mean, around 2 hours when it's all said and done, probably. So not bad. And as soon as all these 3 are completed, too, for all your viewing or purchasing pleasure, if I'm able, I'm gonna have like these seasons to be like able to purchase via download. Let me get with my arm here. Oh, that's right. I cut that like a while ago, or at least, or something just sticking on my arm. Did I cut my arm, or actually no? I cut my arm, so now I'm scratching a cut. Okay. Brendan's saying this is my first time viewing your editing skills, working on stuff like this. Fascinating. Yeah. Well, this is this is stuff that I worked on or finished a few years ago. I mean, Tales of Valhalla Seasons 1, Season 2, and Season 3. And so I've been working most of this year re-editing Season 1 into just one big video instead of being episodes. Same for Season 2, which we will view Season 2 next Wednesday in full. We'll premiere that again. And then Season 3 will also be able to view by the end of the year. But if you want to see running some editing, just wait. There'll be a little bit of that coming, although it's not the most favorite thing for people to watch. Usually it's painting, but maybe I have to do some painting and then editing. It's an easier, stream transition to do maybe. Okay, so let me cut this. But when I edited, like Season 1, it took a lot of streams for me to edit through because I did not make Season 1, how would I put it, in any way able just to like combine all 10 episodes into one long form video. I didn't edit it that way. So it took a lot of editing through Season 1 to a lot of time to make that complete video. But Season 2 and Season 3, I wrote both scripts at the same time. I edited both, or I animated both Season 2 and Season 3 at the same time. And I already had a plan to where they were going to be episodes, but eventually they were going to be easy just to all combine into one long video per season. And that's exactly what's going on with that. It's not taking too long to do at all. Because it's like, I think it's just a stream or two and I'm already nearly done with Season 3. It was the same for Season 2 as well. But yeah, if you have, Brennan, if you have any questions or anything about like the editing process, animating process, feel free to ask. And I say this with great humility because when I started Season 1, I had no idea what I was doing. I mean, I had some experience with shooting video. I had like a piece of paper from like a broadcasting school that I attended back in 2008 into 2009. But a lot of this I learned off just watching YouTube videos and just doing it myself. Learned a lot from like stop motion animators who did like a lot of Lego stop motion. Okay, so that is that. And this software, which is called HitFilm Pro 14, HitFilm about like several years ago was a big editing software company. It's a very startup. They were based off in the UK, and they were going places. And then a company bought them up, and their software just turned crap. So this HitFilm Pro 14. This was like one of the last versions you could actually download and keep the software without having to be connected to any server or anything online and still maintain it. So it's been a good number of years, and it hasn't failed on me yet, so I still use it. But eventually I'll have to like move on to something else like After Effects or something. But I loved HitFilm for what it was, and the amount of effects you could do was incredible for it being a relatively free software, although I did have to purchase, HitFilm Pro. But it really, for the cost of it, it was rather excellent. Definitely got my money's worth off of it. Okay, so let's try and do this transition here. But yeah, so if anybody's like looking into like editing video, and I also have like for like one thing that HitFilm does not do well is editing sound. So, and here, this is a little bit of a sneak preview, but for editing my sound, I use Vegas Movie Studio Platinum 10, which is just a basic software, but I can see like the sounds very well on a timeline, and I just render between both and just combine and add the sounds to like the edited sounds to the software and just match it up, and it's fine. It does the job. Okay, I just gotta think of how I'm gonna do this.
We'll be in a helpful mood.
Yeah, I think this will work. Okay. I'm going to just give it a cut. Oh, no. There. Now I'm going to give it a cut. Give it a cut here. And what I'm going to do with this is have this descend, have this fade out relatively quickly, if I can. And then we're going to add, actually, wait, okay, there. I'm going to move this over. And like with a lot of editing software, you can use like keyboard shortcuts, which I highly recommend learning and doing. I'm just not as versed into keyboard shortcuts as I should. I know it's something that would probably save me a lot of time in the long run. I don't know. I really have to verse myself in a lot. But here, let me see how this works for this. This transition works well. I think that works well. Here, I'm just going to raise up the volume here, and here y'all can see. Like I said, I edited these when I first made these episodes. I edited them to make sure that they would just like kind of transition really well into each other. Here we go. Excellent. Don't have to do anything else with that.
Are we all ready?
Okay. So that works. And here, I always point this out every time I see this bit of a special effect here. And you can see it's a fire. So this is actual like 3D printed fire here. And this particular 3D print mold there is from High Ground Tiles. They graciously sent me a couple of these way back when, and so I used it for this shot, but I also added some fire effect as well to it. And it's one of my I have a lot of special effects in Tales of Valhalla, but this one, which seems like the most simplest one, I love the most. It works so well. And it blends in so well with it. I love it a lot. Okay, here. Turn this here. Okay. Okay, so that's episode 8. Now let us throw in episode 9. What time is it? Okay, we only have a few minutes left. So yeah, some of this I will have to save for Sunday, but that's just because I am Mr. Gabby Gab.
Where is that signal?
Like I said, these special effects are pretty fun. But like I said, that fire at the beginning, that campfire at the beginning, is just a lot of fun. Love it a lot.
The ritual is.
There's a lot of layers here, guys. There's a lot of layers in this shot.
complete. I now summon the prime Greater Ice Elemental.
Okay, again, let us cut this part. And do a cut there. So yeah, we'll paint a little bit on Sunday, then finish putting this together. And that'll be fine. Because I do got to get to bed. Right here. Hold on, let me wait, did I? Make sure. Oh, I didn't put a compressor on this. I need to do that. On Ryan. Okay, so I gotta add it to here as well. Put it here though, right? Yes. Okay, so put it there. These steps are important. Lots of steps to doing this. Oh, Warpig. Night, Dan. We'll see. Hopefully, see you Sunday. I'll talk to you soon. Warpig, if you're still around, I think I have one more spam bot for sure on my Twitch. So I got two spammers tonight on my Twitch. If you want to so kindly remove that, if you may, I would appreciate it. If not, I can handle it when I'm about to shut down my stream. Okay, this one. All right, gotta get the compressor in here, and then go this, and link. For some reason, some of these renders, this thing kind of like throws off the sound just by a couple of, bits. Okay, thank you so much. Thank you so much, Warpig. Aye. Two for the night, just crazy. Okay. Let's see how fast I can do this. Okay, cut this. And going to see here. I've been doing this for about 30 minutes, and that's as much as I wanted to edit this, but it's like I'm so close to being finished. Kind of. I still have to do and I'll do this not on a stream, but I'll have to still review everything and make sure everything matches well. Here, hold on. Okay, so we'll make the cut right there. It's incredible the layers of sounds that are in the sound timeline as well. Because when you're making something like this, you also have to focus on the sound effects, ambient sound, music, sound, voiceover sound. All of it is so important, so important. Okay, you have to here. It's fine. I'm gonna chop off some of this so I can bring this in further. Don't need all of it anyway. And it's incredible the layers of sound that are actually used in this. think I should have enough here. Yeah. Alright. Should have enough space. Let's see how it sounds just like so. Oh, I still have that kind of loud. Okay, sorry. Actually, that sounds pretty darn good. What I'll do is I'll try and just have this level off a little bit. So that way the sound for the next episode just takes over. Perfect.
Finally, my plan is complete. This power is all mine.
Okay, we'll leave Karak dead there for a moment. You know what I'm gonna do? Shh. Okay, my wife is probably not gonna be happy with me doing this, but let me just add episode 10. Let me try and just get this in. Let's see if we can get this in quickly.
Down on the table right now. I'm not giving up my.
Okay. Just try and do this quickly. Let's see if I can just wrap this up tonight. So Sunday, what I'll do mostly is just paint. Let's see if we can do that. So like season 3 episode 10 is like half-hour long. It's just it's incredibly, amazingly long. Okay, we're just gonna edit that. All right. Okay, let's cut it. Okay, get this out. Okay. Then we will. Okay, let's see if this will transition well. Okay, we need to. Okay. Let's go. Okay, this is me, like, and this is why I'm sometimes better off not streaming while I'm editing because I get so focused with what I'm doing. But here, hold on a second. Okay, I'll just make the cut. Yeah, we'll make. Here, hold on a second.
Get into position. Keep out of sight.
Okay, we'll cut it there. Okay. Let's see. Let's try to fit this in like a puzzle piece. Let's try it. Yes. That sounds so good. Again, I probably just going to just have this fade out just a little bit faster. but I think that works. Excellent. All right, now I'll actually do here. Okay, we'll do this and then we're wrapping for tonight, guys. All right, and then we will have this. Excellent. All right. Season 3, guys, is put together. It's put together like a puzzle piece. So I'll like I said, I have to still go over it, watch through it, make sure that everything fits well still. Anything I might have to remove out, but I don't think I'm going to remove anything really. And then we'll be premiering this. I'll probably premiere it, I don't know. We'll see. Maybe before Thanksgiving, but more than likely probably between Thanksgiving and Christmas. And have some fun with that. But see, what's the time? Wait a second, let me see the time. The time is like 1 hour and 59 minutes and 13 seconds. So just under 2 hours. Just under 2 hours. Ay, sweet. All right. Well, I'll definitely be looking at that in here. Just leave it at that. Those are my guys. Airborne Elite right there. Salute you guys. Soon. Soon you guys will be back. Soon you'll be back. All right. So with that, well, that's me finishing the re-edit of Season 3. Eventually we'll premiere it. So I'm going to do a close before I close. So for those of you who are watching the edited down version of the Season 3 re-edit edit, this is just a few minutes worth of what has been a couple of live streams of netting this together, putting this together. So if you want to watch the full version of the whole process of editing or re-editing Season 3, go to our Conductor Productions YouTube channel, which should be in the screen in front of you, or a link in the description below. And lovely working on this. We'll be happy when I get this premiered and out, and then have my full focus on Season 4 and Season 5. So with that, I thank you all for watching. You have a purpose in your life. Find it, pursue it, live it, and we'll see all of you next time. And then for all of you on this main live stream for the painting, I got painting this Sunday. We'll do more of that. We'll do more of that. We'll put some time in that. I still might work on some of the Chemo She short as well. And if Brendan is around, then you'll get to see some, hopefully, well, I'm just getting started with that short, so I don't know what I'll be doing, but wherever I'm in the process, we're going to talk about it. But first things first, this Sunday, we will probably work on more painting. We'll work on Scavarth more and have some fun with that as well. And then this Wednesday, we'll premiere Season 2 and have some people on, have some fun with that. Just relax, chat for however long Season 2 is. It's probably like an hour, hour and a half or so. Excuse me. And yeah, we'll just have some fun talking about the good old days 10 some years ago, or over the course of the last 7 to 10 years. It'll be fun. So with that, I will see. I'm going to mute this part. I do thank you all for watching again. What can I say? Like, share, subscribe. Leave a comment, advices, questions about anything that comes to the filmmaking process or painting, or what mini I should get or army I should build. And if you are so inclined to be purchasing from the Renegade store, I do have affiliate link below. If you're watching this in the UK or Europe, I have affiliate link below for that as well. I got that updated. So any proceeds of, or those percentages of purchases off of Renegade do help support this channel. So I appreciate any bit you all can give. But even if it's just the basic, just for the fact that you all do watch this channel and everything we do, that first and foremost, I appreciate wholeheartedly so much, even if you do nothing else. So thank you all so much. And shout out to Dan Antonio, Ward Pigment, Brennan Nichols in the chat tonight. Appreciate you all. Like I missed anybody? No. Yeah. And as well as the two spam bots on Twitch at the beginning and the end. I'll say this again. You have a purpose in your life. Find it, pursue it, live it, and we'll see all of you this Sunday. Later now. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.